Good morning, everyone. This is Carla Royal, and I don't know if you can hear it raining outside, but I'm delighted. We do need a little bit of rain down here in Florida right now. Um, Today, I want to talk to you about a little bit more deeply into one of the tips that I gave you in the last video. So I offered you some tips in the last video about how to lower stress and to quiet your mental chatter. And one of the tips that I got some feedback on was to check your stories of past and future. And that is a tip that I think that people aren't used to hearing when they hear about how to lower stress. And so I wanted to go a little bit more deeply into that today for you. And so what I want you to imagine right now is being in a canoe. Imagine being in a canoe by yourself. You're paddling solo, and I have done that a good bit in my life, and it's one of my favorite ways to paddle is to be alone in a canoe, especially at night, is a wonderful thing. It is so incredibly calming. But imagine that you're paddling alone and that you decide that you're going to sit in the front of the canoe and you paddle from the front of the canoe. What you'll notice is that the back end raises up and you're not nearly as balanced, as stable. Now imagine sitting in the very back part of the canoe. Again, the front is like this now, and you just are simply not very balanced. The only place that you're balanced in a canoe by yourself is in the center of the canoe. So you could think about that metaphor in terms of the past and the future. When you're living in the past, when you're dwelling in the past, things that have happened in the past, you actually are dwelling in your imagination, not in the present moment. You're living in your thoughts and your remembrances of something in the past. And if it's a painful memory, then you are going to be feeling pain as you sit in that back part of the canoe, if you will, the back part of the canoe of your mind, if you will. If you are dwelling there, then you are going to suffer. And I'm not suggesting that you never touch back into the past. Of course we do. I'm not suggesting that you don't touch into painful memories. Sometimes we need to revisit them and bring some healing to them. I am suggesting that by dwelling there day in and day out, that you are going to live in suffering. And the same is true when you are imagining the future. So we do this a lot, and I think especially right now in the current climate of our nation and the world, we have a lot of fears about the future and what may be coming down. We don't know, but the idea is that it can be useful to look to the future. It can be useful to plan for the future. But again, when we're dwelling there, when we're taking up residence there in the future, then we are living in our imagination and we are going to suffer if we're imagining a painful future. And the truth is that there's no possible way to know what's going to happen. There's no possible way. The truth is that we only have access to our wisdom and our way forward and our resilience from in this present moment. That's the only place the answers that are available to us, they come from this present moment. So the idea is to take up residence, if you will, in the present moment, to paddle your life from the center of your boat. And so the idea is when you're caught up in stressful thoughts and feelings, you can be assured that you are not in the present moment. So when you're caught up in stressful feelings of the past and the future, all that is a wake-up call. You could think of it as an alarm clock. It's good, right? It's an alarm clock to wake you up to how you are not living in the present moment. So the idea is to, once you catch yourself, is to wake up. Oh, I am not in the present moment, and to do whatever you can to bring yourself back to the present moment. And the little ebook that I gave you access to in the last video will go into several tips, 10 tips actually, about how you can actually bring yourself back into the present moment. So be sure to grab that. I'll offer a link to that here as well so that you can have access to it. But that is your way forward, friends, is to move from this present moment, to anchor yourself in the present moment. And then you can touch lightly into the future. You can touch lightly into the past. but don't take up residence there. Live life from this present moment. In this present moment, if you're listening to this, you already have 100% survival rate. You have 100% survival rate. You've made it this far. You've made it this far. And you have everything you need to take the next step today, whatever that may be. So bring yourself back to the present moment. Breathe into that moment. Calm yourself. And as you do that, your clarity is going to return and you're going to be able to find your way forward. I hope this was helpful. I'm Carla Royal. I'm a mindset and performance coach. Feel free to visit me at carlaroyal.com. You can also find me at LinkedIn. I would love to connect with you there, as well as Facebook and Instagram if you'd like. I hope you have a great day.